Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Empire Jeff TV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Tuesday night from Los Angeles, California, man. We got some playoff basketball going on, man. The Los Angeles Dodgers just smacked the San Francisco Giants up in the Bay, man. So that game is over, man. 10-2 straight bully ball up there. Shohei went deep, but we here to talk basketball tonight, man. We're here to talk basketball tonight. The New York Knicks, man, mopped the floor with Indiana Pacers earlier tonight, man, in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Now that heads to Game 6 in Indiana, man. They won 121-91. Jalen Brunson got stupid, retarded, ridiculous, busy in that game, man. He had 28 in the first half, 44 for the game. Man, just out there just playing like an MVP candidate for them, man. Going out there and doing his thing, putting in work. Now, Indy's got to get back home and try to stretch it to a Game 7 in New York, man. But shout out to the Knicks. And right now we have the Denver Nuggets leading the Minnesota Timberwolves. Los Angeles' favorite team right now, which is odd. And that game right now is 76-65 with about 4 minutes to go there in the third quarter in Denver, man. Denver looking to win 3 in a row after dropping the first 2 in this series. And we will be watching and keeping an eye on this game as we finish and go throughout this show here tonight. But right now, man, we go talk some Lakers, man. We gonna talk some Lakers. I know it's Lakers off season, but we got some news. We got some things popping around out there in Laker Nation, in the Laker world, in the Laker universe, and Laker Twitterverse. Got all kinds of craziness and conspiracy theories that we need to talk about. So let's have some fun with it, man. Hope everyone's having a good night, man. Hope you're having a good start to your week. I'm having a great start to my week myself after a great week last week, man. So no one tapped in on Sunday. I hope you guys all had a great Mother's Day with your families. And let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Shout out to everyone pulling up early. I'll get to these shout outs in a second here. But I see y'all in here, man. But Coach K consulting for the Lakers, huh? Coach K consulting for the Lakers. I love the fact, let me start off with, I love the fact that the Lakers have gone the route of, in fresh eyes, outside of the box, and outsiders' opinion in this process to avoid the usual suspects in the room, kind of just recycled thoughts, recycled names, people that have been in the organization before, people they've interviewed before, et cetera, et cetera. I do like the fresh eye approach. I do like thinking outside of the box. But the Lakers are crafty. Lakers, you're not being slick. You're not being slick. I believe, this is just what I believe, and I could be 100% wrong. I don't have any intel on this. None. I have no intel. I didn't even know, like, I wasn't even able to get any info that Coach K was involved. Like, I didn't know that until today. So I will say that I think the Lakers are being crafty here, and this is what I think is happening. And like I said, I could be wrong. I think what is happening is that the Los Angeles Lakers have already made up their mind about JJ Redick. I think he's going to be the guy. That's what I think. I think there's a couple of things happening here. I think JJ and the Lakers are consulting with Coach K about forming a staff. I think he's seeking counsel, both JJ and the Lakers, from Coach K on assembling the staff, on the leadership aspect of it, the culture portion of it. I think he's heavily involved in the process because one of his guys is getting the job. And that's what I believe. But where the Lakers, see, that's the smart part. That is the smart part. The crafty part that the Lakers are doing, which I think is kind of smart too, but it's crafty. What they're doing is, if my theory is true, and it may not be, this is just what I believe to be true. If my theory is true, then what the Lakers are doing, they're using Coach K's name in this to try to insert some trust in their decision, to make it look like he helped decide JJ over Sam Cassell, over James Borrego, and all these other ones out there, right? To make it seem like, okay, look, we went outside. This wasn't Kurt and Linda Rambis. This wasn't a bunch of people in the room. It was Rob Pelinka, Jeannie Buss, and a consultant in Coach K, who Kobe trusted, LeBron trusted, and a lot of guys around the league, the Olympics coach. This is what I believe is happening. Now, I don't have any intel on this. I've spoke to no one about it. This is just my instinct on it, right? And like I said, it's both smart and crafty on the Lakers side, and it's smart on JJ's side to go to a mentor of his. Steve Kerr did this with Phil Jackson when he got his job. Okay. So I believe it's going to be JJ, and I believe that Coach K is involved because they've settled on JJ, and that's who he's seeking counsel from during this process. That's just what I believe. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not. Let me know what you guys think in the chat about that. But I think it's already been decided. I believe it's JJ. I think that some of these other guys' names that are listed in here could end up as assistants. Remember that Vogel and Jason Kidd were both candidates at the time when Vogel got the job, and it ended up being Vogel and Jason Kidd on the bench. So maybe that happens. I know that Borrego and Cassell are with other teams currently, but maybe they can maybe they offer a little bit more money, maybe a little bit bigger role, and something like that. And Borrego, I wouldn't mind offensively. I really wouldn't mind him offensively on the bench. I would not mind him. I don't want him as my head coach, but I would not mind him as an assistant. I felt he did a decent job in Charlotte. He did a really good job this year with the Pelicans. He's very good offensively. He gets teams in the top 10 offensively, both shooting, both with just their offensive sets and the things that they run off ball screens and motion and action to get your star players shots in their comfort zones. I would sorry guys, I'm still dealing with this after effect of the flu with this cough, so I do apologize. I wouldn't mind him as an assistant. Sam Cassell either, really. I wouldn't mind any of these guys as an assistant. I don't think Sam Cassell would be right for the head coach, and I don't think James Borrego would be right for the head coach. That's just my opinion. And the fact that Adelman's name is not even attached here is kind of interesting. And but I just think I think that those guys would be decent additions to a staff led by JJ Redick. But I think it's going to be JJ. I don't entirely know what to expect or what to get from that. But I just know that when you look at all the candidates that are available, I'm not excited about any candidate that's available. I'm not excited about Cassell. I'm not excited about Borrego. We don't know what Adelman would be. Atkinson is, believe it or not, I can't believe no one's talking about this. Atkinson is part of Coach Bud's tree too. He was with him in Atlanta with Darvin. So like I said, we need to get away from that entire system. And plus, like I said, he kind of quit on Brooklyn. He took the job with Charlotte and then backed out of the deal once they had an agreement. So he's kind of flaky, right? So he probably wouldn't be my ideal guy either. So having said all that, and I have a reason for saying this. Having said all that, JJ might absolutely be the best candidate for this job because of the lack of options. Ty Lue not being available, I think he would be at the top of the charts, top of the list. I think the Lakers would go full bore for him. I think they would pay top dollar for him, and I think they would do everything they could to get him. Having said that, I believe they know they can get him. So I think they're going to try to string this along and try to make the Clippers overpay to keep him. So this is kind of a weird situation where they thought that maybe Lue would be working with the Lakers to try to get to the Lakers. But I think Lue was working with Klutch just trying to get more money from the Clippers, to be honest with you. That's where I think it is now. And we'll see where that lands. But outside of that, my thoughts on JJ is because I'm not excited about any available candidate, why not at this point go with the unknown that is one of the best basketball minds there is out there. He's a known commodity. He's known in the basketball space. He's a very smart basketball individual. We don't know. We've never seen him coach. We don't know what any of these other guys can do when they get the keys to the car, just like with Darvin. Darvin was held in regard as a top assistant, top player development guy in Milwaukee. Gets a lot of credit from that championship team. But when he got the keys to the bus, you saw what happened. I think JJ could command respect. And I think what JJ already has, what no other head coach in the LeBron era with the Lakers is that he already has LeBron's respect. I think there's only two guys maybe in this whole situation that would have that, and that would be Lue, who's not available, and JJ. So now I know this is going to sound crazy. I know this is going to sound crazy. It sounded crazy when I thought about it for the first time, but just hear me out on this real quick. Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra, all of these guys, first-time head coaches that someone gave them a break. Thrown into the fire of championship-level teams. Tyronn Lue as well. To throw him out there. So all of those guys, if teams didn't want to hire them strictly because they never had head coaching experience. Now, however, There's a difference between JJ and these other guys, and I'm going to get to that. But however, if everyone passed on them simply because they never were a head coach before, if Jerry Krause passed on Phil Jackson after removing Doug Collins from the Bulls, what happens there? If Greg Popovich doesn't get the San Antonio Spurs job after Larry Brown, what happens there? If Tyronn Lue doesn't get the job after LeBron didn't get along with the first coach when he went back to Cleveland, what happens there? I'm just saying, if Pat Riley doesn't get the job, what happens there? You know what I mean? History could be altered by all these teams. And I know it's crazy, and I'm saying that myself. I know it sounds a little crazy. And I don't want to compare JJ Redick to these Hall of Fame coaches because he's got to deliver if he does get it. But I'm just saying, the fact that you say you can't get a guy that's never done it, I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you have to get the guy you think is best for the job. And now we have no track record to base this also off of. We don't. Excuse me. We don't have a track record to break JJ's off of, but we know his level of play. We knew he was known as one of the smartest guys in the league when he played. He's been doing podcasts and these things forever, breaking down the game. He's an intelligent guy. So like I said, now he's got LeBron's trust. He's got LeBron's respect. All of Klutch's respect. I think a lot of people forget when he started this podcast stuff, one of the first people that picked him up was Klutch. And he had to deal with them like early on. So this relationship with Klutch and JJ has been building for a while. His relationship with Braun has been building for a while. And then when they teed up that podcast this season, it kind of just grew and stretched from there. So at the end of the day, because I don't love all the other candidates, I don't really think that any of them, quite frankly, would be a much improvement over what we've had the last couple of guys. Why not just go with an unknown here? Go with the swing and miss approach. Strikeout or home run. I don't think JJ will be average. I think he'll be terrible or he'll be great. And if he ends up being great and you end up getting a Spoelstra run out of him, then you hit a home run. You hit a home run. And at the end of the day, I think the Lakers have to take big swings. And when you take big swings, you risk big misses. But this is, in my opinion, this is better than Borrego. This is better than Cassell. This is better than Atkinson. I wasn't excited over a single candidate this offseason for coach. JJ just seems to make sense. It just does. He turned down the Charlotte job for a reason. And I believe that JJ and the Lakers already have pretty much worked it out. And I think the Coach K portion of it is just him seeking counsel with his own kind of crew, him, Braun, working through that with Coach K. I think they're going to help assemble a coaching staff. I think it will be a good coaching staff this time, which is where they messed up with Darvin by letting him pick his staff. And my thing is, okay, you can pick your staff, but you need to set a criteria for what needs to be on that staff. And that's where the Lakers messed up. Like, you can pick these guys, but it has to meet these qualifications. And they didn't do that. And I think the Lakers, I think LeBron, I think JJ, and I think Coach K are all kind of working together here on that. That's just my opinion. That's just my thought. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is. But that's just what I feel is happening. And I feel that the Lakers are taking advantage of attaching Coach K's name to this to make it seem like they've kind of gone outside the organization, to remove that whole narrative of too many chefs in the kitchen, the Rambis family and all this. I'm not saying they're not still involved. I'm just saying I think the Lakers are taking a page out of the LeBron James playbook here, and they're trying to control the narrative. That's what I'm saying. And I think what the Lakers are doing, it's both crafty and smart. I think what JJ and Coach K and LeBron are doing are both crafty and smart. And I think I'm to the point where I just would rather be JJ at this point. Just because, like I said, I'm just not excited with the other candidates. So now that you guys have heard me plead my case, let me know what you guys think of that. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm stupid? Do you think I'm onto something? I'm okay with any of those. let me know. I just think it's I think it'll be I think JJ has a chance to do something in this league at that level. JJ is to that point. Keep in mind that Steve Kerr never was a head coach, and I don't believe he was ever an assistant coach. He was an executive with Phoenix. I don't believe he ever was on a bench. I don't think he was in San Antonio on the bench, unless I'm tripping. Why did that just pop in my head? Am I tripping? But but I don't believe he was a head coach. I mean, I know he wasn't a head coach, but I don't even think he was an assistant. So I know that he was an executive in Phoenix, and then he got that job. He was about to go to New York with the Knicks with Bill, kind of backed out of that and went to Golden State, and it worked out for him. So Ty Lue, all the examples I gave earlier, were assistant coaches first. So I understand that. I do understand that. But it's not like JJ's been away from the game. He's been breaking down the game. He's been covering it. He's been in the game. He's been in the game as much as Doc Rivers was before he started coaching. He's been in the game as much as Mark Jackson was before he started coaching, for those who like the pom-pom from Mark Jackson. So my thing is I think this is just the way it's going to go. And I think that hopefully one of these other guys, whether it be Borrego, Cassell, and Atkinson, or any of those guys, hopefully the Lakers can pry some of those guys, multiple guys, to be top tier assistants. And I still think there's a very good chance that Phil Handy comes back, which is why I wasn't overreacting like the rest of Twitter was when he got let go. I think they're just clearing the deck and clearing the slate. But I think there's a strong chance that Handy could still return, man. So let me know what y'all think about this, man. Shout out to you guys for pulling up. I appreciate y'all. DJ, what's going on, my guy? Lakers in 5, man. Salute to my brother DJ, man. Head on over to Lakers in 5. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Good guy, great content, great channel, man. Make sure to go over there and subscribe. Denver currently leading 90-76. 10 minutes to go in the fourth. We will be monitoring this down the stretch. Rudy Gobert turning into Jackson Hayes, man. This is crazy, man. He's no longer Rudy Gobert, man. He's Rudy Nowhere, man. I'm trying to tell you. Rudy Nowhere, man. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's going on, sir? Hope you're having a good day. Make sure to follow him as well. Go over to his channel and subscribe. He's got a channel over there, too. Let's see. Mr. James CJ Caldwell, what's going on, sir? What's going on with you? Hope you're having a good one, man. Raw, what's going on, man? Hope you're having a good one as well. Trey, all day. Salute to you as well. Ross says, hit the like button and subscribe. Absolutely, man. Purple and Gold Empire, what's going on, my brother? Hats off to you and more power to your channel. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let's go, Coach K. What's going on, Tiger? What's going on? Thank you for tuning in. My brother, Chris, the graphic guy. What's going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. My guy out there on vacation checking in. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for being here as always, man. Lord help us all. JSJ in the building. What's going on? We got a moderator in here tonight. What do you know? What's going on? What's going on, JSJ? What's going on, JSJ? Sounds like JJ is going to be the coach. All the report says he's the front runner. Yeah, I just think he's been the guy all along, JSJ. I don't know if you caught my breakdown from the get-go, but that's what I think is happening. And I think he's been the guy from the get-go, man. Bridges, what's going on? It seems like there's no obvious option. Just hope the person they get is the right one. Yeah, I hear you, man. Frank Contreras, what's up, sir? The Wolves are a fraud, huh? I mean, the Wolves are kind of who I thought they were. And everyone got a little prematurely excited after the 2-0 lead. And I get it. You know, a team goes in and goes up 2-0 on a team on the road. But that's not uncommon. It's not, well, I don't know about the word uncommon. It's not as unlikely as going up 3-0, right? For some of these teams. But it's like, it wasn't shocking to see it. The Denver came out of a series where the Lakers made them work in every single game, right? Minnesota swept. They came in, they gave Denver a little physicality out the gate after going through a grueling although it just be 5-game series. It was kind of grueling for Denver. It really was. And then kind of get out there and face that aggressiveness and kind of that attacking, just kind of like that blind, no experience aggression from Minnesota. Jamal Murray didn't get going, and they went down 0-2. But you have to be the champion. They're not going to beat themselves. And you got to get to 4, not 2, right? And so they got to 2. We've seen this before. That Clipper series where no one won a home game until Game 7 in that Clipper Dallas series a couple years ago. So this is not totally abnormal. It's not as common. I used the wrong word early when I said uncommon. It's not as common, but it's not unheard of. So I had Denver in 6 when this series started, and I never felt unsafe with that, even when they went down 0-2, which is strange. But I believe in champions. I believe that you get a team that's reached that mountaintop, and they're just different. They're harder to knock out. And I'm no fan of the Denver Nuggets, but I respect the fact that they're the champion. They have the better coach in the series. They have the better star in the series right now. They've got the experience. Their starting lineup / death lineup is incredible. And Mike Malone made those adjustments after Game 2, and Minnesota has yet to be able to figure it out. You know, I made a joke yesterday saying that Laker Nation already has already turned on Mike Nori before they can even hire him. That's Tyrone Church says, I prefer Sam Cassell. I hear you. I respect your opinion. I just don't think he has a chance of getting it. That's just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. What's going on, Two Trend? What's going on, my sir? We playing Duke basketball, man. That'd be crazy. Seeing a college offense out there, I'd be dying, man. JJ and Bronny, I'm all in. Court Kings, that's what's up, man. I think they both happen, Chris. I think they both happen. I think it's JJ. I think it's Bronny. I think Braun gets the extension or opts out and resigns. Like, I think the Lakers get dummy this offseason with those picks. Like, the Lakers, man, I think are gonna you know, I don't think everyone's gonna love it, but the Lakers are gonna get goofy this offseason, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna get goofy. You know what I mean? They're gonna get frisky out there, man. They got those. The Lakers got some incredible trade packages here. I don't care what anyone says. You got 3 unprotected firsts, which will be eventually 3 unprotected firsts. You got 4 or 5 pick swaps. You have tradable, movable, desired money and players. Like you got there's the Lakers can get gully in these offseason streets. Mark my words, they can, and they probably will. Now, I don't know if they're going to go the path of giving up 3 unprotected picks and swaps for a third all-star level player like a Donovan Mitchell, a Trae Young, an Ingram, something like that. Just throwing out names. I'm not saying these are happening. I'm just using them as examples. I don't know if that's necessarily the brightest move to make, or to split those picks up and make a first-round pick and a swap to somewhere, and no 2 first-round picks and a swap somewhere else. Maybe you get Murray, and you still have a first-round pick to play with and move to get a big. So like I said, maybe I would probably prefer that they split those up a little bit and add a little bit more value, because if you're going to trade away depth, I would like to get back. If you're going to trade away 3 or 4 guys, I feel we have to get at least 2 or 3 guys back. And so I would prefer that route. But that's just me. Tamika, hello. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Frank says, yep. Bridges says, Coach K, JJ in college. Hopefully he helps him out. He does become our guy. Yeah, that's what it is. So it's like, so that's why I really feel that. And again, I have no intel on this. I haven't checked with my people on this. I haven't gotten anything back that points to anything other than me just thinking this is what it is. And I already think that it's decided. I think it's going to be JJ. I think Coach K is involved to help JJ with the transition, to get him ready to be kind of his go-to and kind of his trusted source, and how to build up that staff and what to look for, who to look for, what roles to give these guys, you know, how to approach, you know, the players out the gate, you know, and all these different things. So I think that's already part of the process. Now, it could have been very well Denver now up 93-80 as KCP hits a 3 with 9 minutes to go in the 4th. Now Coach K could have been contacted early on when the Lakers were considering JJ out the gate, and maybe he vouched for him. So I don't want to make it seem like Coach K probably wasn't, you know, consulted when it came to JJ in the first place, because I probably think he was. But I don't think it was Coach K helping them decide between a handful of guys. I think they reached out to Coach K to get his thoughts on JJ taking the leap. And then once they got back from him what they got, I believe they made their decision. That's just me. Like I said, that's just me. And again, sorry, guys, I'm still dealing with this cough. Big Baby, what's going on, sir? Hope you're having a good night. Appreciate you. Make sure to go subscribe to Big Baby Sports, man. Denver is one of the greatest teams of all time. They're solid. They're the champion right now. Like I said, I'm not going to be up here and just, you know, pom them up and go crazy. But my thing is, I respect every champion. If a champion wins, then until I see them beat again, because they've been able to make it through the trials, through the tribulations, through all the drama, through the difficulties, through the pressure. Once a team does that collectively, there's a different level they can take it to under pressure moments. And they're showing that right now. A lot of teams would have went down 0-2 at home. A lot of teams aren't coming back and potentially winning 4 in a row at that point. That's just unlikely. Denver, I never thought they couldn't do it. I legitimately never thought they couldn't do it. And that's why where I'm at now, where I think they're going to pull this off in 6 still. Right? That's just where I have them at. In the meantime, man, we got about 50 people in here on YouTube, about 40 people over there on Twitter. So I appreciate y'all, man. On Twitter, if you can drop a like on the post and repost it, we would greatly appreciate you. And on YouTube, man, almost 50 people in here, 28 likes. Come on, man. Come on, man. Ron, help me out here, bro.
Acknowledge me, please.
Yeah, come on, man. Acknowledge me, please. Out here putting in all this work. 28 likes on the video, man. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Come on now, man. I passed up the end of the Dodger game, the end of this game to sit here and kick it with you guys early, man. So come on and drop a like on the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure to check out all of the links in our description here, all of our different affiliate links and all the different things that I'm affiliated with. If you shop on if you shop on the Joker running out for the Duck 98 to 80, man, this game is over, man. If you do shop on Fanatics, please use our link that's in the description. Your order experience will not change, but the good people at Fanatics will donate a portion of that order to the channel to help further monetize the channel, which really helps the channel out. And I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, man. Got some new affiliates I'm going to announce soon. So be on the lookout for that. Let's see, Nikola Jokic, best big man of all time. I don't know about that, big baby. He's not the best big man of all time, but he's coming for the best big man of his generation right now. And then you got Wemby coming up here next, man. Tony Lee says post LeBron, JJ could work for a rebuild, get it done. I agree with you, Tony. That's what I'm saying. Like when you hear what the Lakers are saying, they want someone who's going to be able to coach now. They're thinking LeBron and AD. They're thinking post LeBron, even post AD. They're thinking development. Probably thinking someone who can handle the media a little bit better because Darvin was terrible at that. Someone that could command the locker room. And the word that they keep using, they keep saying grinder. Someone that puts in that work. And someone who can shoot like JJ, I guarantee you that's a grinder. That's someone who puts in that work. You don't shoot like that and not put in that work. Ask Malik Beasley, man, when he came over here and forgot how to do all that. Punk ass, man. Come on now. We get back to reality here. Nicholas Clark, what's going on, sir? Shout out to you too, Tony. Appreciate you, man. This coaching search is nerve-wracking. Such a shallow pool of candidates. Last year's search would have been more promising. Yeah, I hear you, Nicholas. That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like any of the people that they're out there looking for that's associated with it. I don't like any of them. So I said, why not swing for the fences with JJ and see what happens, man. JSJ says, I hope they interview more candidates. They probably will have interviewed guys that never leaked out, but these are the ones so far. Court Kings Chris, my brother Chris says, you think Coach K would be around the Lakers a bit more now? No, I don't think so. I think maybe around as far as phone call or make himself available. I wouldn't think that's outside the realm of possibility, but I don't think he'll be around the Lakers or be there in any type of official capacity. I don't think so. Brandon Kobe, what's going on, man? You watching this Timberwolves game? Yes, I am, man. It is a great game indeed. I'm worried about JJ temperament. Seems like a hothead. Well, see, that's the thing, Nicholas. I think we kind of need that a little bit. That's the thing. Darvin was a little too chill, a little too calm. Vogel, a little too chill, a little too calm. Same with Cool Hand Luke. Like all these dudes were a little too chill. We need a little bit, not full-fledged Ime Udoka, but we need a little bit of Ime. We need a little dog in our head coach because we need dogs on this team. And you can't have dogs on the team. You got a pussycat as a coach. You know what I mean? So we want dogs on this team. We got to have a dog as a player. JJ's got some dog in him. He could be feisty. He could be nasty. He could be sassy. As like you said, he could be a hothead. We're going to need that a little bit. We're going to need that a little bit. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I like him for the role is because of that. I have no expectations of what he could be because I've never seen it, other than the fact that from what I've seen from JJ as a basketball person, from every level that he's been at, I think it only makes sense for him to continue in basketball. You know what I mean? So maybe whether it be a front office role, coaching role, something like that. I think he's just a guy that's designed to be around the game and continue to move up in different roles. And he can end up being, like a Steve Kerr, and why I'm not the biggest fan of Steve Kerr. You can't knock what he's done. My thing is just, is I think JJ, I think that is something as a model to kind of look at when you consider JJ Redick here. Trill says, I like how JJ breaks down the game, but his lack of coaching experience scares me. I hear you, Trill. I hear you. And I don't know if you just came in or what you heard me say early on. I agree with you. And in a normal cycle of coaches, when I feel that the era of the great head coach is gone from the standpoint of what's available. I think a lot of these other coaches are just recycled guys who have failed other places. And why not just take a chance with an unknown in this part, right? Instead of just reaching back into the recycle bin, pulling out, it basically just going to the NBA Goodwill and pulling a head coach off the shelf that got turned in by someone else. I mean, you get what I'm saying? Like, what I ask you, Trill, what other candidate really excites you? Not what you settle for, but what candidate would excite you? And I don't see a candidate out there that excites me. So that's why I'm okay with going with JJ on this one, man. Bridget says, with our vet roster, we shouldn't need a motivator kind of coach. As a strategic mind is more important for us right now, in my opinion. And and I agree with you on that. I agree with you. And like I said, you need a guy that's going to get in people's faces and challenge them and push them. And JJ's always come off as that type of dude. You know what I mean? I kind of like that. That's like I said, that's one of the things that are my favorite points about him. Appreciate you, Tamika. Thank you. Vegas Dev, what's going on, sir? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being a continued member. I appreciate you, brother. I'm just bothered that JJ hasn't coached at any level. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I just only ask you guys to listen to what I'm saying about, are you excited about any of these other candidates? Not, well, okay, I'll take them. I'll settle for this guy. But name me a head coaching candidate that you're excited about, because I'm not excited about any of them. So from that standpoint, why not take a chance? And why not try to add JJ to that legacy of the Phil Jacksons, the Greg Popoviches, the Tyronn Lues, the Steve Kerrs, like all these guys who never was a head coach before taking over. And like I said, I know he's never been an assistant like those guys were. I understand all that, but he's been around and in the game. So I feel that the potential home run with him, like I said, big swing, big miss. I think the home run potential is worth it, because I think these other guys have just as much strikeout potential as JJ does, to be honest with you. Borrego as a lead assistant and Cassell as an assistant would not be bad. I agree. Let Mark Jackson rest in peace. That's what I'm saying. People don't want to let him rest, though. That's hilarious that you said that. I had Chris, get out of my head. I had a funny little bit set up for something along those lines. But yeah, no. I mean, the Mark Jackson stuff, like I said, I'm not here to disrespect Mark Jackson. I'm not here to shame or talk bad about the man. That's not what I'm doing. When I speak on my take for Mark Jackson, is simply from my belief that he will not return to the league. I'm not openly campaigning against Mark Jackson. I'm not saying get him out of the league. I'm not trying to come off as anti-Mark Jackson. I'm just trying to express a realistic expectation. I just don't believe he will ever step foot anywhere near an NBA franchise again. That's just my belief. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's just my belief. Lakers Dodgers for life. What's up, my guy? I originally wasn't too fond of JJ, but you make some really good points considering the other candidates. I'm trying to tell you, man, I'm a salesman. No, I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, when you really do break it down, and when I was thinking about it, I kind of had to talk myself into it too. Like I said, when I was telling you guys earlier, it sounded kind of crazy at first, but when you really settle down, you remove emotion, which I always do. In life and business and everything, you got to remove emotion from stuff. You got to see clearly, right? You got to operate as someone who's firing on all cylinders. I don't get blinded by nonsense. Just look at the layers here, right? And doesn't mean you won't be wrong, right? Doesn't mean that, because you can still be wrong. But what I'm saying is, when you look at it and you peel back all the layers, I'm really not excited about any other candidate. And I think that I think the reward with him is higher. The risk is there like the others, but I think the reward is higher. I think his ceiling potentially could be higher, even though we don't know what that is. That's just how I feel, especially if you give him a better staff than Darvin had. So if you give him a better staff, and I really think that his ceiling is higher, even though even though we've never seen him do anything on the sideline. I know it's crazy to say. I but I think his ceiling is higher than these other guys. I just think so. And I could be wrong, but like I said, but I think that the floor or the swing and miss or the failure aspect of it, I think the others are just as bad. But I think his ceiling could potentially be higher, and that's just where I'm at. Never been high on Gobert. He's always seemed overrated to me. Rudy Nowhere, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. He out there playing like Jackson Hayes, which is why the Wolves are playing like the Lakers. Nicholas Clark says, hate the Nuggets, suck that the league is rewarding favorable calls. Also, why does it feel that the wild shots they make seem unsustainable, but they keep doing it, man? Yeah, that's wild, man. The shots that they make, and you're just like, oh, okay, just let them take that. You live with that. And then it's like, man, you can't live with that. That's just nuts. But at the end of the day, like I said, the narratives, which are going to fly, people are talking about a script for the Nuggets and all this. I'm not there. Let's just look here real quick. You've got personal fouls. Forget free throws. Personal fouls. 20 for Denver. 16 for Denver. 20 for Minnesota. There's only a 4 foul difference. Home team has 4 less. That's not a surprise. Minnesota is more of aggressive, kind of a hacking style. So this really isn't abnormal. Minnesota's 8 of 23 free throws. Denver is 9 of 19. Minnesota has more free throws than Denver, which I speak to the point of their aggressiveness. And they only have 4 more fouls than Denver. So I don't buy that narrative. That's just emotionalness right there. That's people with their Laker goggles on and just don't want to see Denver win. And I understand that. I'm not rooting for Denver, but I keep it objective over here. I keep it a buck. There's no pom-pom over here. You know what I mean? I'm over here keeping it a buck. I'm not screaming over every foul call like it's my team playing. You know what I mean? It is what it is. A 4 foul difference in a game where Minnesota has more free throw attempts than Denver. That narrative pretty much gets slayed before it was even born there. Lakers 238. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you, man. I hope AD did not play for USA. Just focus on improve his game, stay healthy, and learn how he can dominate Jokic for next season. But it looks like he's gonna do. It looks like he is playing, man. I don't necessarily love it either, but he wants to play for his country. I can't knock it, man. Greg, what's up, man? He said, "What's good, Jeff, with you and the JJ? If he gets, what's good with you and the JJ? If he gets some experienced assistance, Coach K really needs something to do." Just saying. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see like the Steve Nash bringing D'Antoni with him, type of situation there. But he'll be available to him though. That's the thing. Sometimes, look, I'll tell you, some of the best mentors I've ever had by phone. They moved out of state or they retired. Some of my, especially ones when I was really young. You still check in with your mentors. You text, you call. I'm pretty sure that he will make himself highly available to JJ. And a result of that, I think that's going to help him. And I think he's already helping him. And again, they could hire Sam Cassell tomorrow. My theory could be 100% wrong. I'm fine with that, but I'm putting it out there because that's what I think is happening. That's just exactly what I think is happening. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. JSJ says, Jeff, thoughts on reports saying Lakers want a grinder. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And that's JJ. That's JJ. If you think about it, like I said, no shooter gets to shoot that well without grinding. I'm trying to tell you. Tony, what's going on? Do we have a second round pick for Bronny? We do, 55, but we won't be taking Bronny with 55. The Lakers will be getting Bronny another way. Jokic preparation in the offseason brings his game to another level. AD should do that. He should gain more skills and prepare his body for physicality over Jokic. It's funny you say that because a lot of people act like Joker doesn't put in the work. Because he looks effortless out there and he doesn't look like he's in shape technically, so a lot of people don't. Rudy Gobert ended up a 17-11. I'm clowning him, but on defense, he's been a cone out there. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you definitely know he puts work in. You're not this great at this level without putting any type of work. However, the thing is, Lakers 238, the Lakers medical staff, doctors, his personal trainer, everyone, because AD has always been coming back from injuries, has been having issues. He had been advised a lot to not even start his regimen until like 6 weeks into the offseason. So you remember like when that one video went, when he goes, I ain't touched the ball since like April, and everybody was giving him hell for it. It's because that's what his doctor was advising him to do because he just kept getting hurt. He needed to rest his body. And with AD, he did that again last summer, and he ended up playing more games than he has in a long time. So that might be the remedy for AD. I don't think AD played badly. I think AD played great. There were games and moments where AD looked like the best player in that series. The problem was that AD needs some help down low. AD needs help down low, not just from another big, but from guards who can keep their guards in front of them to where AD doesn't have to come out and guard the guards and the bigs. So I think AD, his game and his performance was incredible. I think he needs more help out there. And when you got Braun at the 4 and Rui at the 3, Austin at the 2, and D'Lo at the 1, it's a lot to ask of Anthony Davis defensively and still try to get 26, 27 points a night. And that's just really tough to pull off. Bridges says, Denver going to the finals for sure. Only team I think gets a chance to beat them is the Knicks. Yeah, you know what? I'm not fully sold on these Celtics, man. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Laker fan. You guys know that I don't sit up here and bash the Celtics regularly. I respect the organization over there. But they have yet to be fully tested. They give away home games in the playoffs, and those guys tend to fall apart and just jack up threes when things get tight and tense. And I need to see them actually do it before I fully buy into them. There's only one team that I'm really convinced is going to pull it off again, and that's Denver. Again, I'm not rooting for them. That's just what my heart tells me. I want to see a Luka Joker Western Conference Finals. I would like to see that. But Denver has all the makings of a back-to-back champion to me. They just do. And they just, everything about them, coaching to their stars, to their role players in that starting lineup, man, to the altitude and what they play up there. Like, I just think they have they have the advantage here, and they're about to pull this off. 112-97, 54 seconds left. I think they close this out in Minnesota in game 6. I just think they get it done. Imagine if AD plays for USA team and gets injured, Lakers are done. Oh, I hear you, and I agree with you. Yep, it's over. It's over. Like Sir Russ. There we go. Absolutely. Wolves sold the series, man. The Wolves wolved it up, man. They wolved it up. Denver getting a lot of calls. I know I touched on that, man. I'm telling you, there's not a big difference. There's not a big difference on calls. There's not. I know that's a fun narrative. People like to point to the refs, but we're still sitting here. 20 personal fouls for Minnesota, 17 for Denver. There's a 3-foul difference. Minnesota has 26 free throws. Denver has 19. Make it make sense. That's all I'm asking. Hey, Craig, how you doing, man? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Mr. 81, I don't like these coaching options. That's what I'm saying. I don't like any of the coaching options. So I'll take the one that potentially has the home run in them. It was a good game till about the fourth quarter. JJ Redick is the new Lakers coach. Yeah, Anthony, what's going on? That you're right. I think that's what it's going to be. I absolutely do. Nuggets are good as hell. It hurts to admit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not celebrating the fact that they're this good, but I'm not going to sit there and act like they're not. I'm not going to fake the funk. You guys get enough of that on other channels. I'm not going to fake the funk to you here. You know what I mean? So, no, they're just they're a very good basketball team, man. Look, we sit here and Laker fans will sit here and cry about people saying the Lakers get all the calls or the Lakers script or the league wants the Lakers to win. People throw a fit about that, but then we turn around and accuse another team for that. Make it make sense. Let's not be hypocrites around here is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Let's keep it a buck. Let's analyze basketball and stop being little tantrum throwers. You know what I mean? Not you, Brandon. I'm just saying the people that are screaming that loudly like crazy, man. It's crazy. JJ Redick is Steve Nash 2.0, man. Good God. We hope not, Anthony. We hope not. JJ will be awesome with the LA media. Yeah, he will. Way better than Darvin was, man. I still remember Jamal Murray trolling Lonzo Ball. Hated him ever since. Oh, yeah, when he said, I'm just having a ball. Yeah, Julius went at him for that. I remember that, too. I remember that. Should have picked up the Nets' new coach. No, he wasn't. If he would have been available, he would have been really someone to look at. But because I agree with you there. Because they waited so long on firing Darvin, they kind of botched that. So I'm with you on that. What about Ty Lue taking so long to sign an extension? Well, the Clippers don't really have to be in a rush here. Like they don't. So they can sit here and just wait this out here. I think they're waiting till the Lakers sign someone so that he has less leverage, right? If things blow up and they're like, well, your desired destination is no longer available. Let's get this deal done. I think the Lakers might purposely drag this out. Lakers and Clippers play this weird game within the game with each other, and it makes no sense. But they're doing it. And I think the Lakers might be doing that a little bit too to the Clippers to try to get Ty Lue signed a little bit more, make Ballmer spend more money. And I think there's just some gamemanship going on here. And I think in the end, Lue, again, I could be 100% wrong. I think in the end, Lue stays with the Clippers, and I think JJ ends up with the Lakers. That's what it's looking like today, May 14th, 2024. If AD wants to be one of the greats, he should watch Jokic now and how he plays his game and taking notes on how he can beat him. I'm sure he watches it, Lakers 238, but you can watch guys all day long and still not be able to stop them. Like the great players, you can't stop them. You just got to try to go at them, do your thing, which AD did. The problem is AD needs help. AD needs help. And why Bron can get you 25, 8 and 8 and this and that, Bron out there, part of those reasons why Aaron Gordon was getting busy is because Bron just wasn't watching him in the dunker spot and wasn't watching him on backdoor cuts. And Bron, that's not shading Bron. What I'm saying, Bron at 39 can't get out there and guard 3s and 4s or 1s or any of these guys on a regular basis anymore and still go out there and try to cook and go for 30. So it's like you have to give and take here, which is why you can't have Rui, Austin, and D'Lo in that starting lineup with Bron and AD out there because you're basically abandoning AD. Now, if you had, like I said, a Max Christie, a Jared Vanderbilt out there, then the Bron's defense improves because then he can gamble a little bit more. And Anthony Davis's defense improves because now you got basically 3 guys out there willing to defend versus 1. And like I said, when you have that defensive lineup out there, that's why I was big on starting Vando when he was healthy. But then he got hurt and it all fell apart there. Tyler ain't happening. Yep, I agree. I don't think so. Hey, Patrick, what's going on? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Just checking now. Sounds like you approved JJ as a head coach. Well, if you're just checking in, I don't know what parts you've heard. My point of it being that of all the candidates out there, I'm not excited over any of them. I think they all have the same floor, JJ included. I think that all those other guys, including JJ, could all be massive failures. But I think JJ has the potential to have a higher ceiling. Even though he's unknown, I just have a feeling there's a better chance to hit a home run with JJ than these other guys. And his chance to strike out is the same as the other guys, in my opinion. So from that standpoint, I would just go with him because, like I said, he's got Braun's respect. He's got good mentors he can reach out to. I think he'll put together a quality staff. And, maybe this ends up being our guy for the next 10, 15 years. I don't know. Maybe he becomes our Spo. Maybe he becomes our Steve Kerr. I don't know. Maybe he becomes our Darvin Ham. I don't know. I'm not going to act like I do. I'm just saying when you lay out all the cards on the table, I'm not really excited about any of these other options. I'm just not. And because of that, I do believe that he has the highest ceiling potentially. He is unknown, but I feel he has a chance. I don't think these other guys have any chance to be special. None of them. I think the unknown part of it gives JJ a chance that maybe he can be special, if you get what I mean. And so I'll go with that because I don't think these other guys have any shot to be special. I hate that the league riding Jokic and getting all the calls, and I still feel like last year's championship was a fluke. Just Denver had a better coach than the Lakers. I felt that last series. I wouldn't say that's a fluke. They swept us, and they went 5-1 against Miami. And having a better coach will lead to a championship a lot of times, especially when you got, 2-time MVP at the time and now 3-time MVP and Jamal Murray playing the way he was. So I definitely disagree with that it was a fluke. You don't win a championship over the teams that they beat and be a fluke. Sweep that Laker team who was giving the league hell since the trade deadline and be a fluke. So that's just my opinion. I feel like with the cap issues, the most realistic route is the third star. It would be very difficult to flip trades into depth. That's not true though. That's not true at all. So you can flip trades into depth because you can get guys that may not have signed their deals yet. You can get guys that are on longer term deals. So the teams may be looking out to get rid of because of this new CBA thing. So I think the Lakers are in a prime position, Bridges. I think they've got a lot of things that they could do here. So I think they could swing for the fences for the third all-star player. I just don't know if that's in their best interest, especially we saw how the Russell Westbrook situation went. But again, if you get a guy that's a better fit, obviously he might be a little bit better. But like I said, you're going to really thin out your bench because how are you going to you're going to already lacking a point of attack defender. You're already lacking a secondary big. You're going to need wing depth again, right? So if you make a trade and you give up 3 or 4 guys plus picks for that one guy, then you're looking at that Phoenix situation with a rookie head coach coming in. I just don't like it. I just don't like it if you got a rookie head coach coming in. Enrique Mendoza, what's going on? Thank you. Appreciate you tuning in, sir. Loving the show, Empire Jeff. Hey, thank you. And we love the fact that you are here. So I appreciate you, man. Speaking of here, man, if you guys have not done so already, please drop a like on the video. 43 current likes on the video, man. Come on, man. Ron, tell them one more time for me, please.
Acknowledge me, please.
Yeah, come on. Acknowledge me, man. Sitting here with 43 likes on the video. That's borderline disrespectful, guys. Come on, man. Drop a like on the video. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. About 30% of you here every night, listen, every single night have yet to subscribe to the channel. So do me a favor and drop a sub, man. Drop a like on the video. Shout out to everyone over on Twitter as well. Drop a like and a repost over there. And I'll become a member, man. We got 3 different levels of memberships here, man. For less than it costs for lunch, you can be a member for a month over here at Empire Jeff TV, man. We got 3 different tiers. We got the mid-level, the mid-level, and the full mid-level. We got some member-only videos, some blogging, some giveaways, some memorabilia, all coming soon, man. So going to become a member right there. The link to become a member is in the description. Go to the description, become a member, man, and join today. Appreciate y'all, man. Again, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you, Enrique. Bridget says, body type doesn't always reflect conditioning. Look at some heavyweight fighters who are in incredible shape. No, I agree with you. I agree with that. I said, what I'm saying is people look at Joker and assume, and I think you're agreeing with me, people look at Joker and assume he doesn't put in the work when you know he does, is what I'm saying. Vegas Dev says, geez, man, Joker is cooking these dudes, man. Yeah, man, stir fry. When I told him when we kept beating the Pelicans, like, y'all ever seen a deep fried pelican? Man. This is out here stir frying these Timberwolves, man. Chris says, I feel you, Jeff, in the AD injury rest only because I hurt my knee and still been trying to play, but now I'm resting it. Yeah, he was advised. Again, that was one of those wild narratives. Like people see these videos and their mind just makes up how they want to take it when they don't have any facts to it. And that's, that causes problems. People spin these things in a wild array of different versions. But that's exactly what it was. He was advised to not take it easy for about 6 weeks, and he did. If you take the depth route, which players would you replace? Who would target trading free agency? Ideal world. Well, Nicholas, that's what I'm saying. It's too premature now. We got to see how some of these teams in the second round fizzle out. We got to see how they fizzle out. And like if Denver, let's say Denver comes back and beats the Wolves 4 straight after being down 2-0. Well, maybe they look to make some changes there, right? Let's say that a team that went out early, Phoenix, obviously, right? You had a team that are like the Clippers, obviously. See what happens. So we don't know what seismic moves are coming. We just heard leaks that now Brandon Ingram is available in New Orleans. And I'm not saying that any of these guys are coming to the Lakers. What I'm saying is whenever you have multiple teams and multiple guys looking to move, now you got action. And now you got the Lakers potentially jumping into a 3 or 4 team deal. Now you got the Lakers potentially facilitating a trade to get something that they need to add to a deal that they like to make. So until we know, you got players with player options, you got teams with team options. We don't readily know who's fully available yet, Nicholas. So I don't know yet. But as far as I've been saying for almost a year now that I would like Bruce Brown on this team, I still believe that. I think Bruce Brown with someone like Vando, those two guys, and potentially someone like a Gabe Vincent, I think is something that could really help the Lakers defensively and get a couple more dogs on this team. So something like that. But outside of that, I would like to see what big man becomes truly available. Someone like Andre Drummond, I think would be a good fit as a backup big. I think he's really settled into that role that the Lakers wanted him to be in 2021. He wasn't ready to be, a bench contributor yet. He still felt he was a full-time starter. He had to be humbled a little bit. Plus he got hurt right when he got here. And, so I think at this point of his career and at this stage, I think Andre Drummond could be a great backup big for the Lakers, much better than a Jackson Hayes. So if you got like a DeAndre Drummond and a Christian Wood as your two bigs off the bench, now you got variety. You got a guy, a bruising big who can rebound, who can get you some scores in the paint, and now you got the stretch big in Christian Wood with length who can help on some wings, like they were doing with KD earlier this season. So I would love someone like a Drummond, someone like a Bruce Brown, something like that. And someone falls through the cracks, but it's too early to say what the full variety is going to be available this summer because we just truly don't know yet. We don't know yet. I think the coaching staff is wasting AD's years putting him at the center. We need a blocker center. We need a banging big. I think the thing with AD at the 5 is a little blown out of proportion. I get it, but I think in reality, what we really need is just a bruising big who can go chest to chest with these jokers, the Valanciunases, the Sabonises, the Nurkic's, like these guys, and just save AD some energy. So that could be a 4. That could be a burly, I like that, burly 4, right? They just need a big, a strong big, a robust big, one of those guys. A Valanciunas would be a great addition to this team. I just don't know if they're going to be able to afford him. But outside of that, AD should not start or end games at the 5 because we're not a better team that way. Now, having him start at the 5, sliding to the 4, and getting some relief at the 5, that fine. Yes, absolutely. But AD is a 5 in this league now. The issue is not him playing the 5. The issue is him constantly full-time playing the 5 with no other 5s that can really help him be a true 5 or a strong 4. That's really what they need. That's why I prefer Lauri Markkanen, Tristan Thompson, and Dwight Howard as a backup for AD. Lauri can be a matchup problem. I love Lauri Markkanen, but he's going to be too expensive, and I don't think Utah's going to move him now. I think they're going to look to add on to that team now. Are you counting out the Celtics against the Nuggets? I am. I think the Nuggets are winning it all. Minnesota has no answer for Jokic. No team in the league does, and they had the best matchup to do it, and they still don't have an answer for it. I don't want JJ Redick. We need to stop hiring rookie coaches. I hear you, but I think it's coming, man. I think it's coming. Why folks bring up Dwight Howard? That man is old and slow. Well, it's everyone because that's what the internet wants. The internet wants Dwight Howard. The internet wants Mark Jackson. The internet wants Lonnie Walker back. You know what I mean? And it's people fall for the narratives. But at the end of the day, like Mark Jackson, I don't think Dwight Howard will ever be back in the NBA. I just don't think he will. I wish him the best, but I don't think it's going to happen. Atkinson is like Darvin. He loves those guards. Yeah, well, he's a coach. What's up, Fofo? He's a Coach Bud disciple again. He was in Atlanta with Darvin, with Coach Bud, which is why I don't want him as a head coach. Nobody is linking that together. I can't believe it. Bridges says, hate the Nuggets, but they're not getting all the calls. The 3 offensive fouls were a little weird, but other than that, Jokic killing the Wolves. Yeah. And like I said, when you look at the numbers, they don't lie. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Shout out to Jay. I don't know. Joker moving screen, push off with hands, hooking, flopping. I've watched quite a bit. That's just veterans being veterans. You ever seen Chris Paul? You ever seen Steve Nash? You ever seen the stuff LeBron tries and does? Like, you ever seen, like, a lot of these dudes be doing crafty stuff out there, man. A lot of dudes get away with it. A lot of dudes been doing it forever. Dwayne Wade got away with a bunch of stuff. A lot of these guys get away with stuff, man. Joker is just, you're a 3-time MVP. You're a champion. You're a veteran. You just get away with stuff. You know, it's just the way of the league. It's just the way of the league. It is. Happens to everyone. Dallas versus Denver will be fun, though. Battle of the Europeans. Yeah, I want to see Joker versus Luka. Man, those locker rooms are going to be full of cigarette smoke, boy. If we can get D. Mitchell and Tristan Thompson, that will be a great help for the Lakers. Thompson should bring back his game. I believe he can match up well over Jokic. Nah, Tristan Thompson ain't stopping Jokic, man. No one is. Jeff, does this 3-team deal work? Pelicans, Lakers, and Hawks. Hawks get Ingram, Lakers get Murray, Pelicans get the picks from Lakers. I'd have to look at the numbers on it in the books. I don't know off the top of my head. Ingram makes more than Murray. The Lakers don't. The Lakers would have to be giving up. Let me see here. You'd be money to money. So you'd be Atlanta moving money for Ingram's money. So Atlanta would have to send out more. And the Lakers aren't moving a player. So no, that wouldn't work because the Lakers would have to move salary to make that work. So no, that wouldn't work. Even though I'm a diehard Laker fan, Joker is one of my favorite players, humble and puts in work. I respect his game, man. I respect his greatness. I really do. I hate losing to that dude. I hate losing to that team. But I respect his greatness. I just do. I think we make the Mitchell trade. We got to do our best to keep Max and Vando. I would trade everyone else, but we need the size and defense. Yeah, well, if we make the Mitchell trade, it wouldn't be with Max because Max is a restricted free agent, and I don't believe the Lakers would move Vando in that deal. So I think it would be in the lines of like a Rui, Austin Reeves, and picks. Which when you look out there, I'm not sure anyone who'd be going after Donovan would have what Cleveland would want with those pick swaps, those young players under controllable money, short-term deals. It lines up. It just lines up, not just for Donovan, but for other players. The Lakers are a very, very attractive trade partner to a lot of teams this summer. Enrique says, Jeff, what would be your ideal offseason for the Lakers? Because I think it's going to be JJ, I would say a strong, solidified coaching staff. A trade that would give you a reliable scorer outside of Braun and AD, someone you can count on a nightly basis, especially because I expect those guys to miss more games next season. A legitimate helping big, doesn't have to be a $20 million big, maybe not even a $15 million big. Like I said, someone like Andre Drummond. And if you can get someone like a Bruce Brown, man, like I said, just give me some dogs on this team, Enrique. We need more dogs. We love Drummond on the minimum too. Steven Adams also, if he gets bought out, bring them both for the minimum. Wood, AD, and them two is solid big rotation. I don't think Steven Adams gets bought out though. Houston's going to be looking to make a playoff push next year. I think he signed an extension not too long ago. And I think they traded for him to use him this coming season. I think he'd be a good vet for that team. Lakers should hire you to go. Hey, I appreciate the compliment, but man, my God, contrary to what most Laker fans think, I can't coach in the NBA. I'm not qualified. Just like every other Laker fan who thinks they are, I can admit I'm not qualified to coach in the NBA. The worst head coach in the league would pick me apart. They're just too skilled. They're just too good. Even the guys you think are the worst, just like the worst basketball players in the league, that you get them in an open gym against anyone on the street, they're going to kill them. Let's see. Enrique says, love your voice, bro. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you, man. They tell me I got that voice for radio, man. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it. My mixer has something to do with it. You know, it makes it a little bit louder, but I appreciate it. I've always wanted to have a radio show. I've always wanted to be on the radio, man. And I've always envisioned hearing my voice spread to the masses, man. Maybe one day in my wildest dreams it could happen. But for right now, I'm just enjoying being on YouTube with you guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for the compliment, Enrique. And if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe, brother. I'd appreciate it. Favorable calls doesn't necessarily mean focus on what's called, but what's not called too. No, and I agree with you. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is that let's not act that there's no. I think you're not getting my initial point. Is people are acting like Denver's getting no calls called on them is what I'm saying. I gotta learn to word that better, because when I've said that the last show and I think it didn't land it. That people are acting like there are no calls being called on Denver is what I'm saying, Nicholas. So I apologize. I'm not wording it right. Let's keep it a $150. We lost because they have a better team and a coach. Their players and stars execute when it matters, man. I love honesty, man. It's so hard to find, man. There's so much pride in this world. No one wants to admit defeat. We just lost, man. It's all right. It's all right. We lost. We lost. We lose more than we win. That's the nature of sports. You don't win every year. You don't win every 2 or 3 years. You don't win every 5 years. Some teams don't win every decade, right? It happens. We will lose more than we will win. It's the good. It's the bad. It's the ugly. I'm here for all of it. There's no excuses here. I praise them when they deserve praise. I get on them when they deserve to get got on. And I keep it the same. Never too high, never too low. Let's just keep it a buck like fo, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for keeping it real up in here, man. It's the way they called the game. They killed Timberwolves momentums, and they called like 5 calls in a row. And the Timberwolves, well, again, the Timberwolves are the aggressor. They play that style of basketball. So when you are aggressive, that's what happens. You got to keep your hands in your pockets sometimes, man. And you got to adjust to the refs. You got to adjust. You can't make the same aggressive play 3 times in a row if you know they're calling it right now. You can't do that. Miami fell victim to that in the finals too. Gabe Vincent got hit with like 3 straight fouls on the same play because his pride got involved. And that's what I'm saying. You have to realize what the refs are actively looking at and calling right now. You have to adjust. It's just like in baseball, man. When the pitch, when the strike zone starts moving and going all over the place, man, you have to adjust to that. You have to adjust to that. You're playing in their world at this point. Like, fighting it is going to get you nowhere. So you have to adjust to it. Like, so if they're calling a reach, stop reaching. If they're calling you on moving screens or not calling something on a moving screen, then you got to navigate and figure that out, man. It's just all part of the game. It's not how many calls, it's the way they're calling it. Okay, there it is. If we go depth, would look at the Raptors for Bruce Brown and Pardo. For D'Lo and Rui, I'd add one first to make that probably a minimum, or 2 to make the money work. Well, Raptors just ended up giving up the 8th pick for Pardo, so it'd be pretty expensive to get him. Bruce Brown is possible, but they have a team option on him, so they may decline it. And the Lakers might be able to get him for less, or I don't think the Lakers would do a sign and trade. But yeah, maybe Toronto would do a sign and trade. Maybe they opt in to Bruce Brown, and maybe they move D'Lo in a sign and trade to Toronto with something to get that off the books. Maybe that's something that could happen. But Bruce Brown is someone I would love to have on this team. We on the same page with Bruce Brown. As soon as I commented that you said Bruce Brown, I've been speaking on Bruce Brown, Bridges, all year, bro, all year. Drummond too. Me and Jeff on the same page here. I've been clamoring for Drummond. A whole 280 pounds would be great for us. He'd be solid, and I think he's at a place mentally now, Bridges, where I think he's willing to accept a lesser role off the bench. I just feel he is, and as a result of that, I think with him in that right mentality of knowing he can get 20 to 22 minutes a game off the bench, backing up Anthony Davis, and maybe even finish some games, right? And play there. And AD is going to have missed some games next year, I believe, obviously. So, I think it'd be a great fit for Drummond. I really think it would be. So, like I said, perfect for me would be someone like a Bruce Brown. Because let's say you can get a Bruce Brown for a D'Lo. Let's say that, right? Let's just say that. Bruce Brown for D'Lo, right? And then maybe you make like a Murray or a Mitchell or something like that, right? Then you've got a little bit more depth there, and then it wouldn't worry me so much. So Donovan Mitchell's not a $50 million guy. I think he's let's look up his money real quick, because he's about to be. I think he's on his first extension right now. So his second extension. Now the Lakers will have to pay him heavily if they do, get him. But as far as what his books are, his money for next season. I think he's making less than Darius Garland. He is. Okay, so he's 35 mil. So that's nothing compared to what you were having to pay like a Russell Westbrook, or if you get a Zach LaVine or something like that, right? Rui's at about 18, Austin about 13. You're getting about 31, some filler there. Or you might be able to pull that off with the percentages. You can get him for those 2 guys and picks potentially. Maybe you have to throw in a JHS. You know what I mean? Fine. But what I'm saying is, that potentially would be more than what, like I said, you get 3 unprotected picks, probably some swaps, Reeves and Rui. Like, that's a good deal for Cleveland for a guy who potentially can bail on you for nothing. And the fact that he's going to be an unrestricted free agent, the price goes down a little bit. So, when they traded for him, he had multiple years left on his deal. So that makes it a little bit more expensive. So I think his cost came down a little bit. So Like I said, if you could trade for a Donovan Mitchell, get a Bruce Brown, get an Andre Drummond, and then then and try to see who you can get at the minimum guys up there, and your taxpayer mid level, then then you're not as a bad situation as Phoenix was. But it's gonna take some effort though. It's gonna take some work. Looks like the Nuggets didn't take us seriously in the first round, and it didn't take the Wolves seriously either until these last 3 games. They turned it all the way up now. What's up, folks? I think what it was is, to be honest, I think our Lakers just gave them more than they. You think you're right. I think the Lakers made them work a lot harder than they thought they were. The Lakers, made that 5-game series difficult, and the Wolves swept their series. So they came in aggressive, ready, hungry, feeling themselves after getting game 1, getting game 2, and then Denver woke up and was like, nope. They hit him with the. And it's all been downhill ever since for Minnesota. And, like a lot of the channels and the people on Twitter front running, acting in the moment instead of seeing the bigger picture. Denver was never out of the series, clearly. And now they're up 3-2. And like I said, you have to beat a champion. They're not going to beat themselves. You have to beat them. And 4 times, not 2. Not 2. Everyone likes to quote that Kobe line, job not done, job not finished. But they never live by it. It kills me. Let's see. Also, AD and Braun have no business playing this summer. We need the health. I'm with you, man. Fo says getting a 3rd star isn't looking that bad now. We probably can have a better chance at beating the Nuggets. Who knows? The 3rd star in this scenario, when it's someone like a Donovan Mitchell versus someone like a Zach LaVine or Russell Westbrook, is a lot less money. The cap is going up. The new TV deal is going to hit. It's going to spike even higher. So it's not as bad as it was in 2022 when they made the Westbrook trade. It's different. But at the same time, like, someone like at 35 is a lot better than someone at 50. You know what I mean? So in that realm, Donovan Mitchell almost makes way more sense. Not almost, does make way more sense because of the mathematics. Now, I know a lot of people don't understand the CBA or the math. They're throwing stuff on the wall, see what sticks. That happens. I get it. But your boy here does. I know this. I'm the best in these YouTube streets at it. So at the end of the day, this makes a lot more sense than something like a Zach LaVine deal, right? Can the Lakers draft Zach Edey and still trade for a star like Donovan Mitchell? Probably not. They're going to need to move probably 3 picks. Who would you target with the MLE with current intel if we had it? We're going to probably have the taxpayer mid-level, which is in the $5 million something range. So I don't know. I would hope that someone like a Valanciunas would take that, or maybe someone like a Andre Drummond, right? But I don't know. Maybe they luck out. Maybe someone like a Tyus Jones falls. I doubt it, but like I said, there's guys out there. We have to see who guys are left standing, like Christian Wood was, right? Or like some of these other guys who was left standing, like a Torian Prince they got for $5 million. Who can they get for $5 million? That's gonna be the tough part. Ling Yun, what's going on, man? Great channel, Jeff, tuning in from Beijing, China. Hey, thank you, man. Do you think we should move on from LeBron and Anthony Davis? Why don't we just build off draft picks? I know it's not our tradition. Hey, thank you for tuning in all the way from China, man. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being a Laker fan. And thank you for being here with us. I appreciate you. I hope you subscribed if you haven't done so already. You know what? I think there's an argument to be made for that. I just don't think the Lakers would do it. So I don't really entertain it because it's just not something they're going to do. They're going to ride this LeBron James cash machine until the wheels fall off and probably a little bit after. So like I said, the cash flow is going to be here for a while because the Lakers are just going to be generating too much money off of him to just not continue to take advantage of that. And they'll get into the playoffs. They'll win some games, maybe a round or 2 like they did last year. They'll get playoff money. They'll get TV. They'll get all that. And they'll keep their stars. They'll go high in jersey sales and merch sales and in sponsorships and all this stuff. And that's why they're going to stick with it. They're not going to go the other way. The Lakers have to have the stars. It's the brand is built on it. And even though it comes with suffering, it's just what the DNA is of this team. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. But trading for a superstar is long gone. I don't think any of these guys are superstars. I don't think Donovan Mitchell is a superstar. Trae Young is not a superstar. Lauri Markkanen is not a superstar. There are way fewer superstars in this league than people think. They're trading for an all-star, all NBA level talent guy. Donovan Mitchell is not a superstar. And like I said, at $35 million, I think he's gettable for the Lakers. I can't coach in the NBA. I'm too busy ghostwriting for Jerry. There he is. What's going on, Kurt? That's hilarious. Yeah, Drake took that L, capital L, man. What's going up, Dante? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. I said, I wonder if Jeff streams tonight. Yeah, man. I was excited to stream tonight, man. Went took lucky for that 3-mile walk. Listened to the Dodger game while on the walk. Came back, caught up with the game, the basketball games. That Knick game was just bloody, so I snuck out during that to take lucky on this walk. Came back, caught the Denver game, caught the end of the Dodger game, pulled up here and kicked it with the people up here on Empire Jeff TV, man. So appreciate you for tuning in, Dante. Appreciate you always being here, brother. Patrick says, I don't mind losing Reeves or Rui as long as we get Bruce Brown and retain a healthy Gabe, Vando, D'Lo if it's possible. Also possibly getting Murray from the Hawks. Yeah, the Lakers have way more options this summer than they did at the trade deadline. That's why I kept telling y'all, man, y'all were buying a bill of goods from all these other places, buying all the rumors, buying all the reports. Who was telling y'all from jump? Who was telling y'all that it was? Who was telling y'all, man? Told y'all. You gonna start listening to me, man. Jackie, what's going on, sir? Joker coming for that GOAT title, man. He's killing it, Jackie. Killing it, man. Disney says he not GOAT, never call him MVP. I don't know what you're talking about. Joker's incredible, bro. Jeff, having coached before, will you allow your players to draw plays sometimes? Steve Kerr allowed Draymond to draw plays back then. So there's two ways that when you see that, there's two different things that are happening here. Some players don't really know how to describe what's going on the floor. Some of them draw it up like a coach would and show you. If they have an idea that they want to run or that they find a spot in a hole of a defense, right? So I had really smart players on my team. I had really smart guards. So they would sometimes come and they would tell me what they're talking about. I'm like, okay. And sometimes I needed to see it, right? So I'm like, okay, well, what are you thinking? What do you have in mind here? And they would tell me, I'm like, okay, so this guy's coming here. Now, where do you want this guy to go in your scheme? And he's like, I'm like, show me. Because they couldn't necessarily explain it the way it was in their head. So I wanted them to put it on the board so I could see what they were trying to get across. And I listen to my players because they're in there in the trenches. They're seeing angles, right? And, I had several times where they told me, like, I can get action over here, or this guy's shading to this side a little bit more. And then, like you said, Braun spoke to this before, about if you switch a play from left to the right side, players can't adjust to it. Some of them can't figure it out. That is spot on. So what happens is sometimes, because their muscle memory or their mental memory of just doing it, they just know it one way. So sometimes they have to put it on the board themselves so they can play it out in their minds, or vice versa, me doing it for them. So there's that part of it. That happens way more than you think in the NBA and almost every level. I'm so happy Braun said that the other day, because I've been telling you guys this for all season. Secondly, yes, sometimes they have something that they came up with because they studied a lot of film. They watched a lot of college basketball, and they said, I saw this on TV that day, they showed it. I think we can get it against this team. And they show it to me. And if I liked it, I went with it, but I trusted my players. Like I said, my players and I were together for 10 years. Once we got to that 3-4 year span, the trust was so there that, like, if they recommended something, like, I trusted them because they know what I'm looking for and they know what I think fits our team and what doesn't. So that chemistry and that camaraderie, totally, I let my team do that. And that's not a bad sign on a coach if a player has an idea and needs to put it on the board because they can't really explain it verbally as to how they see it in their mind. That happens way more than you guys think. Now, I'm not saying that was happening every time with Darvin. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that happens a lot. And Braun confirmed that. And I'm happy he did, because I was telling you guys this all season. Guys, we just want anyone to beat the Celtics at this point. End game. Drummond was decent even with his Harlem Nights. Everyone that's casual complained. Yeah, like I said, he was hurt, man. He like I said, hurt his foot, and he was never like really able. And he's got him. He was a buyout guy. Like I said, he still saw himself as a starter, demanded to be a starter. That kind of ruffled some feathers there with Marc Gasol. So like I said, I think at this point of his career, he's much better suited and willing to come off the bench. So I think he'd be a better fit this time around. I truly do. If we can pull off Mitchell and Bruce Brown, sound the alarm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the Lakers are gonna get goofy, man. I think they're gonna do it, man. Do you think Reeves, filler, 3 first-round picks off enough to get Mikal Bridges? No. For some reason, Brooklyn has turned down major offers for him, so I don't see them doing it. I believe the trio of D. Mitchell, LeBron, and AD will be great and get quality personnel that knows their role. The team can make an impact. I agree. Nicholas Clark, I like my cousin Bridges, but ain't no way I'm giving up 3 for him to hate my cousin. Teams have tried, and Brooklyn has just said no, man. That Westbrook trade was a crime, man, for real. Conviction. We need convictions in that. We need people to repent for that trade, man. Rob needs to repent for that trade, man. How much would I give up for Mitchell? I'm cool with Rui, Austin, and picks. You know, I would love if that third pick can have some protection on it. I would love it. But like I said, a guy that can score the way he can, making 35 mil as opposed to 50. Now you're gonna have to extend him, and that money is gonna go way up. But the TV money will also go way up. Speaking of that, y'all. Speaking of that, I've also been telling people for a couple of weeks on Twitter that the NBA on NBC is gonna be back. And it looks like that's done, man. It looks like that's done. TNT may be out of there. And the NBA on NBC will be making a return for Basketball Night in America. Like their Football Night in America, but with basketball, obviously, and it's back on NBC starting 25-26. It's looking like it. So if that happens, man, we get that nostalgia back, man. I'm a little worried maybe they come after my logo now because I remixed it. But yeah, man. Growing up, NBA and NBC, man, that was epic, man. Shout out to Dante, man, for getting me that hat. I haven't been on a show on camera yet since we did it, but I got you as soon as we do, Dante. That they said, Jeff, Def, a 5% today, CBA mathematics. Hey, appreciate you, man. I'm that cap dude out here, man. I'm that cap dude on these YouTube streets. That's where I made my name out here. That's my reputation. That's my mark out here. Look, I'm not, I love all the channels, man. I love all the people, but sometimes you got to toot your own horn a little bit. Can't no one see me on that, man. Can't. Only Angie can, but she don't got a channel, man. But outside of that, no one see me on that. I like Jonas a lot, but I feel he gets overpaid this year. I don't think he gets overpaid. I think it goes backwards, man. I do. Jeff, thoughts on Bronny? He shot well, nice vertical. Do you think he might get drafted earlier by someone else? I do not believe that he goes first round. I do not believe he goes first round. But like I said earlier on the stream, the Lakers will be getting him, I believe, but it will not be for the 55th pick. I think they will buy a pick or someone will draft him for them and then trade him to the Lakers and get more assets or money from the Lakers to do so. So it just makes sense. Everyone knows the Lakers want him. No one's going to let, a lot of teams. I don't think anyone's going to use like a 30, 35. I think in the 40s he's going to go. And I think the Lakers will make their way into the 40s. I think someone will draft him for the Lakers. The Lakers will send cash and another future pick, second round pick, whatever it is. And I think they get it done. For a variety of reasons, not to necessarily help the Lakers, but to build a relationship, a team that doesn't have really any interest in having Bronny, but to get paid. Some of those owners are going to want that money, get a future pick, be in the good graces of Clutch, have the Lakers owe you a favor. There's a lot of things that a lot of people have that false narrative about teams not wanting to work with the Lakers. It's not what it is. It's just no one's going to give the Lakers anything for free. But there's a lot of teams willing to work with the Lakers. But during the trade deadline, with the Lakers having one pick that they really wanted to save to the summer, there really wasn't options for them to do. The Laker tax is a real thing from a perspective of some teams not wanting to get fleeced by them. But at the end of the day, teams will do business on fair deals with the Lakers. We've seen it several times. Hey, Jeff, me here. What's up, KD? So is this speech between K-Dot and Drizzy done? We'll see. We'll see. We haven't really seen. They've disappeared for a while. Let's see what Drake's next release is. If he does regular music and he does a sub in there or a reference or a mention, or if he does an interview and brings it up, does something a little spicy on his story. Kendrick still got bullets ready to fire. He's got the launch codes ready to go with his nukes. So we'll wait and see. Some stuff happened. His house got shot at. He had some issues which didn't pertain to Kendrick. It was another situation, but real life still tied into some stuff. And they kind of fell back a little bit there. Drake appeared to have waved the white flag. Kendrick seems to be getting his victory flowers from everyone. So there's really no need for him to double down on it yet, unless Drake gets stupid again. I have to be honest, Jeff. I hate Nuggets fans so much. I would cheer for the Celtics to beat them. I don't care if they break the 17. That's wild. Oh man. I just don't hate teams. I hate losing to teams, but we're out of it. So at this point, I just want to see good basketball, man. Bridget says Kurt working OT right now, trying to save Drake. He is. Bruce Brown, LeBron James, AD, Rui, Torian Prince, Jaren Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, and potentially Spider. Hey Jeff, what do you make of LeBron going to Cleveland's game? Is this LeBron being LeBron getting leverage? Nah, man. Nah. This was very simple. Very, very simple. It was Mother's Day. LeBron's mother, Savannah's mother, Rich Paul's mother, all are still in Northeast Ohio. They went out there for Mother's Day, and there was a playoff game there, and LeBron went to it. That's all it was. That's all it was. Nothing to see here, folks. Keep it moving. At this point, I'm rooting for Dallas on Knicks. Look, I am too, to be honest with you. One, the Knicks are kind of my secondary team that I watch most in the league outside of the Lakers. And my guys over at We Talk Mavs, man, I'm pulling for y'all, man. I'm pulling for y'all. You know, they offer always us support. They're always riding with us. That's a good partnership over there. I call them my sister station. Obviously, you know what I mean? They're my peoples over there. Great content. Man, shout out to We Talk Mavs. Get over there. Make sure to give them a sub, man. As well as our peoples over the Lakers Fast Break. Like I said, Lakers at 5, the Kareem Report. Dan, the Lakers fan. You know what I mean? Big Baby Sports. Angry Lakers fans. Laker Girl. I always miss someone, man. FYI Sports Debates. Reggio at the locker room. Man, come on, Jeff. Who you forgetting? Just everybody, man. Shout out to everyone. It's important to support everybody. D'Lo and Bruce Brown would be hilarious with that Kendrick Drake type of beef, but they are actually fit great together. They do, and they'd get along fine if they were on the same team. From Bronny's perspective, would it be good for him to OKC? That team is best at developing talent. It would be good for him to go to anywhere that could develop talent. Yes, but I still think he wants to. I think LeBron wants to, and I think the Lakers for some reason want him to be a Laker. Bronny's like Jalen Hood-Schifino. What do you think of that comparison? I think Jalen Hood-Schifino, the book is the jury's still out on him. I think 1 year of a 20-year-old who had injuries and really no role and no opportunity. I think it's hard to really judge him. I think he played solid when he was in the G League. I think Bronny will be a year or two in the G League at least, and I think he has a chance to play well there. Lakers need a coach who makes adjustments like the Denver's coach. Yeah, I agree. Every team needs that. Bronny compared himself to Smart, Davion Mitchell, and Giroux. I like that comparison. He could be a very good defender potentially. Yeah, if he comes in and becomes a very solid defender and develops like a shot later, then yeah, that absolutely could be an asset in the league. Nicholas says, I disagree. I think they almost the opposite. JHS slow feet and potentially large. Bronny is explosive, defensive minded, and a good shooter. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they meant like coming out at the age, development, but they're not the same style of player now. Bronny, Bruce Brown, the Bronny D. Busmall. Gotcha. Set tripping comments. Have you hate the Nuggets from set tripping comments? Jokic showing tonight why he's the MVP. The big baguettes didn't have a chance against him. Nope. I told you he wasn't Rudy Gobert. He was Rudy nowhere tonight, man. 1 year. Celtics he'd rather see watching winning time again. I feel Wood was misutilized. He was, but he also didn't take advantage of all of his opportunities when he had a chance. I think he'll be back next year with the big season. Hope Gabe getting healthy makes him a solid player for us. Got a feeling he stays. His contract after last year looked bad. Yeah, no. Here's the thing. Be mindful of this. Just because Christian Wood opted in does not mean the Lakers are keeping him. So just be mindful of that. Jeff, me here again. So can the Lakers buy a pick for the draft, homie? Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, they definitely they can buy a pick, and I think they will, and that's how they're going to get Bronny. Jeff, I think I'd rather trade for Ingram instead of D. Mitch. You think it would be easier for Lakers to do that deal? What's up, Dante? I don't know what their relationship currently is with the Pelicans, so I don't know about that. But Ingram making high 30s, similar to Donovan. Last time he played with Bron, he really wasn't a great fit. He doesn't play well when he's not able to get to his spots or feel free or get his touches. So I don't know. As BI is a third option, I don't know how well that would work. Is Bronny a 3D role player at best? He might be. Don't think you can judge JHS. He only played in garbage time when no one was really playing serious. Killed the G League in basketball situations. Yeah, that's what I've been saying all season. But, people got no patience. I think Jalen Hood going to be good. He has a good trade value on 2K. Everyone, please like, subscribe. Every like helps Jeff out. And it's free 99. Absolutely. Let's see where we are here, man. Let's see where we are. Let's see. 64 likes. Not too shabby, man. 64 likes. We got 75 people in the building, though. Ron, help me out one more time, man.
Acknowledge me, please.
Come on, y'all. Acknowledge me, please. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. We putting in all this work, man. Least you can do is drop a like. It is free, like my man Kurt just said. Also, subscribe to the channel, man. 30% of the people in here on a nightly basis have yet to subscribe to the channel. Come on now. It's free. We also got the membership levels here, man. The link is in the description to become a member. For less than the cost of lunch, you can become a member for a month over here at Empire Jeff TV, man. 3 different tiers, member-only videos, some vlogging, some giveaways, man. Support the channel. Best way to support the channel outside of super chats, super stickers, or super thanks is to become a member. You said it, you forget it, you support the channel. Helps us out a lot, man. So I greatly appreciate for those who have already done so. I got some stuff I'm working on, you guys, soon on a members-only video, man. And some giveaways coming up soon over there. So appreciate all y'all, man. Injury prone, who would you prefer, Jeff? Donovan Mitchell or Trae Young? I prefer Donovan Mitchell. Trae Young, while I think he's elite in the pick and roll game and his passing, I just think in the West, he's just going to get eaten alive by these guards. I think Donovan Mitchell could give these guys 50. We've seen it. And I think he's a good guy to go back and forth with Murray. I need Vandal to be here when the season starts. Still my favorite part right now. Yeah, Vandal's my guy, man. Vandal's my guy. I'm not going to lie. I thought Bronny was bigger than 6'1". So did I for some reason. I didn't know. I forgot he was that small, man. Jeff, are you sensing that the Lakers are becoming like a circus next season? Lakers are always a circus one way or another. Some circuses are good. Some circuses are bad. But the Lakers circus is always going to be a circus one way or another. Just the bright lights, the narratives, the rumors, the spotlight, the cachet, and they're just always in that type of light. It's just the way it is with them, man. Lemmy Savano, he's a superstar on defense. Just give me a jumper. Yeah, he's a superstar glue guy, a guy that really helps your team. He'll never be a superstar player, obviously, but as far as his impact, he can impact a game. I don't want to say like Draymond. I don't want to go there, but like what I'm saying is I'm trying to use that as a level of how he impacts a game without having to get 20. He can impact the game so much. Jeff, you're going to be back on playback? Yes, I am. It's just the time, Bridges. My schedule's been nuts. I've only been able to really knock out these nighttime streams. Like I said, I'm a busy guy, man. I got a lot on my plate. Got a lot going on. I'm growing my other businesses. My career is growing. And it's it's tough to get out here and do it. Some of these guys have been doing it for so long, and have put in the time and paid their dues and built out the luxury to be able to be here and do this full time. I'm not there, man. I got a good life off the internet, man. I'm out here, I'm out here providing for family in a good way off the internet. So I try to carve out the best time I can to give you guys this content. But as of right now, I'm locked in on some goals and focused on some stuff that I wanted to achieve this year. And, I've accomplished stuff that I had, goals to finish by the midway point of the year. I've already got them done. So, like I said, I'm on the grind this year for a lot of things that I wanted to do. It's happening. And, so I'm going to continue with that, including this channel. And, but it's just, I had some great opportunities come at me early this year, and I just had to take full advantage of it. And that's where I'm at right now. But as soon as I get a chance, I will be back on playback, especially when they launch Major League Baseball over there, which is coming soon. Not a big fan of neither, but would prefer Trae since he's better in the pick and roll. AD much better playmaker than Donovan. Yeah, I hear you. I just want a big time shot maker, man. And Donovan, I think he can just give you that, man. And like I said, someone that can truly go at Murray. We saw it in the bubble. We've seen it. Donovan can give us 50 in a playoff game. I hear you. I'm not shaming Trae Young. I just like Donovan better. Is it possible that LeBron and AD to the Cavs via trade? No, that's not happening. Lucky needs his swag. Let the man work. Exactly. Hey, we got a super chat in the building. 84, thank you so much for your super chat. You are greatly appreciated. Thank you, man. Said Jeff, great show. Thank you. What do you think about Myers Leonard on a veteran minimum? On a separate note, I would keep Bron's minutes below 30 during the regular season, especially if they get Spida. And that's another great point. I think if they do get Spida, then you could limit LeBron's minutes, and you can also limit LeBron's minutes with the basketball. And he can kind of float around out there and pick his spots, right? So I think these are great takes. Myles Leonard, I think, is a solid big. I know he got into some trouble, but then he came back, and I think he played with Milwaukee. He's got some solid size to him. I wouldn't mind him. I would prefer him over a Jackson Hayes. Like I said, Jackson Hayes is athletic. He can run the floor. He can block some shots. He's great in pace and space, but bad in traffic and congestion. Where I think Myles Leonard is obviously probably not great in pace and space. But come playoff time, when the game slows down, he's more efficient. So I would take, someone like a Myles Leonard. I would. I think he's solid. Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Haley Ford, for your support. We greatly, greatly appreciate you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Disappointed that my guy Rondo not in any Laker list. Well, maybe as an assistant, we'll see. Maybe he's a guy that the Lakers look to to add on. We'll see. Dante says, do you think D. Mitch would rather go east or west? There were a lot of Knicks rumors in the past. The Knicks rumors were all pre Jalen Brunson. So he hasn't really had any connection to the Knicks since they got Brunson. Honestly, I think Donovan would like to be a Laker. I think he would. I really think he would, especially with Braun kind of fading out of here. He can be that dude out here with the ball in his hands. Out here in this market, I think Donovan could thrive out here. Would you like Rondo as an assistant? I don't know if he would be an assistant under Reddick, though. Maybe he would, though. Maybe he would. Duke and Kentucky link up. I'll tell you this, though. If they're listening to AD and they're picking JJ, and everyone knows that AD seems to be at his best whenever he's in the same locker room as Rondo, then just having him on the staff might be good for AD. So maybe, and it's another fiery guy there. I just want Rondo on someone's bench because he's hiccups there. He is a film room legend. Right? This guy in the film room is just absolutely incredible. And that's exactly what the Lakers need right now, is someone who can truly break down that film with JJ. Hey, because JJ already does it. What is going to feed him my mic and my headphones here? What's that? Oh, stupid wires. So I think I would really like him on the staff, to be honest. You're welcome. It's pronounced Hailey. I'm sorry. Okay. Hailey. Thank you, Hailey. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, if it's your first time here, make sure to subscribe, please, and drop a like on it. Come around more often. We'd appreciate it. All you guys, if anyone in here is not, first time here, make sure to subscribe, man. We'd greatly appreciate it. Long shot, but can we get KCP or Eastern team get him? I don't think we get KCP. I think he's going to get above mid-level, and Lakers don't have the money. So, no. Go East, KCP. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. If Rondo becomes an assistant, I bet money Lakers fans would be begging for him to suit up in 2 weeks. you know Laker Nation all too well, Bridges, man. That's hilarious. I want to see Coach K come out last minute like Undertaker and take over Lakers coach with JJ assisting him. That'd be hilarious. But a long shot that I doubt is going to happen. But that would be wild. No, but on that note, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down for the night, man. I appreciate y'all spending the night with me. Like I said, Dodgers got the win, man. We had a good second, for the most part, good 3/4 of basketball in the Denver and Minnesota game. Knicks blew out Indy as they head back to Indy, man. The Dodgers won. Like I said, I'm curious, man. If you guys coming in late, go back to the beginning of the show, get my thoughts of what I think is going on with the Lakers with the JJ situation. I got a little different approach here. I got a little different feeling about it. Check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for your time, man. Thank you so much for your chats. Thank you for your likes, for your subscriptions, for memberships. Thank you for the super chats. Hi, Lee. Just appreciate you guys, man. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So make sure to, like I said, check out the links in the description, man. Check out all the different things I'm affiliated with. And I will catch you guys tomorrow, man. Looks like hopefully we'll be getting some news soon. So appreciate y'all. JSJ, Kurt, appreciate the moderation tonight. Search is boycotting me again. He's on strike. He's holding out. He's holding out for a bigger deal. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. You have a good rest of your Tuesday. You have yourself a great Wednesday. I'll catch you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys.